Just imagine, the year is 1969, you're walking around with flared jeans, and the dream car of everyone is this one. You're coming from school or from work or whatever, and you go to the record store, and then you find this little record, Led Zeppelin 1. With these 4 people in the back, and no one knows who they are. You're taking it home with you, put it on your record player, and you're basically blown away by the first song immediately. Good Times, Bad Times is maybe one of the best opening songs for a record there has ever been, and also a great live version, as you can see on Celebration Day in 2007. I don't know what makes it so great, because everything is so good. The guitar part is simple, but when you start to play it, it's really difficult at some point, and especially the soloing is hard. The drums are so powerful, everything seems so, I don't know, so modern, so out of its time. Remember, it's 1969 and it sounds like maybe it's from 1978, and still, if you would make a record like this, it would sound pretty cool. After this absolutely amazing start, you're probably wondering, is this band really good, or is it just a lucky punch or whatever? But I think they're convincing you pretty fast with song number 2, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. A ballad, bluesy ballad with lots of soloing, and I think it's, for me, it's the best song of the record. So you got your money's worth basically with these 2 songs at the start, and it's just great. Everything fits. The singing is great, the vocals are great, the bass is great, the drums are great, the soloing from Page is great. Everything fits perfectly. So this is a song, I think it's an all-time classic. The record is like 50 years old. What can you say? It's just amazing. I don't know why I especially like this one so much, but I think maybe because it's so dynamic. You got everything there. You get the slow passages. It's at some points it's very quiet, and at other points it goes like boom, you know? So Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You is probably my all-time favorite from Led Zeppelin 1. After the kind of slow You Shook Me by Willie Dixon, which is a bluesy kind of tune, also pretty cool. I don't know what they're doing with Dazed and Confused. This song is completely out of this world, I think. The intro, for example. You got the introduction to the song, and I think the next song which ever did something like this to me was Shine On You Crazy Diamond. You hear 2 notes and you know immediately what this song is about. I think Dazed and Confused, also very versatile song, very dynamic song. Everything fits perfectly together. This is probably one of the best record sides there has ever been produced. They were also produced by Jimmy Page, which is also kind of cool. This record was basically made within 30 hours, as he says in his book, which is up here, with Page doing his typical kind of thing. So probably when you bought it, heard 4 songs by now, and you're just blown away by it. Or maybe you're thinking like, what is this modern crap about? I don't know. I think when you're trying to get the perspective from back then, I think it was something groundbreaking they made with this record, because everything is powerful, everything is well played, everything is passionate. I think a great start to a great band. The B-side of the record starts pretty rock solid with Your Time Is Gonna Come, which has an interesting kind of organ intro to it, which at first I didn't like, but over the years I started to appreciate it. And the song has got a pretty cool vibe, and after that there comes an instrumental by Page with a pretty Indian kind of flavor. So also like a bit of the Harrison Beatles stuff. They all got more into Indian music, so that wasn't that uncommon actually. But after that Indian kind of smooth hammer on pull of acoustic kind of thing, they go like bam, full in the face, here's communication breakdown, sit down. So it's just like downstrokes and powerful and fast, and everything's there. The solo is amazing. There is so much feeling into this thing. I think the contrast between the heavy drumming and the heavy guitar play in this song, and also then his kind of screaming singing is just, I don't know what to say really, because Plant looks like an angel when you see him live, or maybe like a girl at some points. His voice fits to that character pretty good, and the rest of the band are just going absolutely wild with this one. So I think, especially when thinking about it was released in '69, pretty heavy tune for that time, pretty heavy. After another Willie Dixon cover, also a blues song, obviously, they decided to close the song with the song How Many More Times, which is funnily cited here on the record as 3 minutes 30. In fact, it's about 8 minutes 42, I think. So it's the longest song on the record, and it sounds like 3 songs at the same time. So it's extremely cool and extremely enormous sound-wise. So the beginning of the song is like maybe one of the coolest bass and drum interplay there ever was. so it's pretty groovy. And then the guitar comes in and everything is so on point. And with this band, I think of all of the musicians in the band, you can hear them immediately. Like when you hear a solo by Brian May, you know it's Brian May, or when you hear a Wah Wah solo, you know it's Kirk Hammett. But with Led Zeppelin, you hear the drums, you know it's Bonham, or you hear the bass, you know it's Jones, and you hear the guitar, it's obviously Page. So I don't know, it's such a unique band. They also evolved over the records. I don't know if you listen to more of them, you probably have. And it's just, I don't know, it's one of my all-time favorite bands because their sound is so, I don't know, unreached maybe that's the word. And when you go back to my story from the schoolboy or the working man going home and buying this record, I think by the time it was absolutely mind-blowing because the sound was kind of different than anything else. So when you look at the charts and you got Sugar Sugar by the Archies at top, and maybe for the Outlaws you got the Rolling Stones and the last couple album of the Beatles, but this was a different cup of tea. So I think it's a great record, and let me know in the comments below what you think about it. See you.